that one. I won't use this one. So basically, these are the supplies that I will be using. I'll be using Doodle Art paint pens. These are the medium point, and these are the fine tip. No, we won't be using that. And I'll be using for the sculpting process. Now, usually I would be scripting up the words that I want to say, but I wanted to try an experiment, whereas I am just talking. So, these are also from Doodle Art, and they're the pens I normally use for my doodling. So let's get started. Simple cat design. And let's see. Good. Let's get some eyes in here. So I call this a lucky cat because, well, you know, they have 9 lives. That's pretty lucky. So that's good. So we got the face in here. Got this tail going on. Paw, and another paw. Okay, so good. Now I'm doing this lucky cat because it's St. Patrick's Day coming up, and I want to do one. So let's try a little pot of gold. Okay. Sorry, pause. You're gone. You're history. What I'll probably do is a little yellow on the pot, and then for the base color, and then I'll do a little bit of gold highlights. That's a little mean looking. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so first thing I want to do is erase a little bit, okay? So this is a kneaded eraser. It's kind of like putty, and you squish it around and get it warmed up a little bit. And what I like to do is I like to roll it on the surface of the stone. So I pick up most of the pencil marks, but they're kind of gone, but I can still see them. And when you apply your ink and your paint pens, the eraser marks can tend to go away. So generally speaking, I like to use the 05 Doodle arts for when I'm laying in my first go round of inking. And then remember to put the rock in the persistent that you're kind of pulling it down. When you pull up, that's when you can have a lot of problems. So going on. Now that ear is a little larger, but it's okay. Now remember, this is art, so don't worry about making it perfect. I like to think of perfection is a way to not do something. Because if you're always afraid of making a mistake, then you don't do it. Okay, so that's the pot almost. Let's fill out a bit. Now, when I want to do maybe, I don't know, but I was thinking having a little grass in here and behind the cat. So let's go for the tail. Okay, good. So far, so good. Okay, good. Now, yeah, I'm going to switch pens. I'm going to go for a small one. Now, this is the Doodle Art fine liner in .03, and you'll see soon how thin it can be. Let's go for the little nose. So, see the difference between that and that? Let's go. It's always scary putting the other eye in, and it's not perfect. Again, you don't really want perfection. Now, I never used the Durant Inktense pencils before, and I like them. I mean, I like the Inktense product because it doesn't smear or lift when I varnish. But I've been watching a few of the other artists on YouTube, and their main concern is that the core doesn't really mess up with the color swatch on the end. So here goes. Starting with a little, and you really don't need a lot of Inktense, because in a minute I'll show you why. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to have a little bit of shadow around the cat, so the cat pops a little bit. Okay, This is a water brush. Normally, I use regular brushes, but I wanted to try this out. So you squeeze it a little bit. Now, I don't know the company that I have. And if before I used to get a lot of, ooh, yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's nice. So anyway, I don't know where this brush comes from. So if you have any idea, comment below, because so far I like it. It's not coming up too good on the video, but and then going back to the pencil for the other side. Okay, so going in. Hold on one second. I want to sharpen the pencil. This is really a nice pencil sharpener that I got on Amazon. Yeah. So what you can do, you can shave it, sharpen it, okay, and then before you mix in with other colors, you can dump the shaving here into a container, and you can use that as like a little bit of watercolor. I'm really just barely using the pencil. Okay, a little more. I like these. I don't do coloring books, but if I did, I think these would be a good choice. I mean, I got these because of the fact that they don't really lit this off that much when I sorry about that. I thought I had my computer turned off, but apparently I didn't. So as I was saying, get a napkin. Clean it up a little bit. Although I like the water brush, and I'm barely touching the surface. I think I'm gonna see if I can get one with a little bit finer point. Okay, so we have the base here around the cat. So what we want to do is have it a little bit away from the cats. So I applied it here, and then fresh water around here. So in taking it to here. Okay. The only drawback with the water pen, or water brush, I should say, is that you need to get more water in the bristles. And the only way to do that is by squeezing this here. Which is a little bit cumbersome, but on the other hand, if I needed to have more water in a regular brush, I would have to reach over, get more water out of my cup, and then, so it's the same amount of work. Alright, so looking good. I like it. Okay. Bring again for the top of the head. Again, I'm using really little pressure, and I like that I am speaking without a script, because before today I would spend like 2 to 3 hours each video scripting out what I was going to say, rehearsing it, and if I didn't like it, I would have to do it again. But now that I'm more or less comfortable doing it this way, I'm okay. Now, you can probably tell that I have words that have a problem with me, and that is primarily polysyllable words with more than one syllable. So bear with me, I hope. Okay. A little bit more. So you can also use the brush directly on the pencil for a bit more spot color. That's good. All right. And while we're at it, and since all my rock paintings are an experiment, why don't we try this? Okay. So I'm flicking up onto the rock with using, okay. I'm really not concerned with the flicks on the cat because a lot of that will be covered with the paint pen, but I want to do a little bit of texture on the back around the cat. And since I created that, I want to create another one here. So it's like not, doesn't look like an accident. Okay. Kind of reminds me of a Pollock abstract. So let's get started on the pot.